all of this progress and work takes action by different leaders. And in the economic development world, there's a couple of different things that economic developers do. They provide leadership in policy change, and they also administer policies, programs, and services. And so just to give you an example of some things that are happening in our region, our ordinances, we'll need some ordinance changes probably to implement some of the recommendations that come out of the TPA work. We also have an initiative with the chief building officials in the region to permit streamline for photovoltaic residential and electric vehicle charging stations, because we'd like to see a lot of electric cars sold here in our region, and we want to make sure that you can charge them at the mall or a public parking garage. We're also seeing different investment in education and these other amenities. It's so nice when you see Prop 84 funds announced for something like the Powerhouse Science Center. And so that $7 million will kickstart other fundraising for the Powerhouse Science Center, and that will be another civic amenity. And then on the job side, June 9th, you're all invited to a session on clean energy technology and our strategy that will be released, hopefully with a keynote from Congressman Matsui. This is a roadmap to grow the clean energy technology sector, of course, Greenwise. And then we know there's a lot of activity at our universities, so that's another opportunity for Sacramento. And then this is where we start mapping those ecosystems for transit priority areas. This is where the really fun economic development work starts. We brainstormed an example, and so you'll probably be able to narrow down a location just by looking at who's mentioned here. But SACOG would lead the TPA action plan development. There will be a local jurisdiction with their TPA site identified. It might be near regional transit, probably. ASETA might be involved in that work. Los Rios has taken Blueprint to heart and located satellite educational centers near transit stops, and they've seen their enrollment skyrocket because they're making education accessible to those who don't have a car to drive. And then SMUD might be involved in a TPA. So what we'll do when we have these 4 or 5 locations identified is that as economic developers, we'll start looking at those ecosystems. We know who the obvious ones are that should be at the table to help design these, but we want to find those in the community that and actually invite them to participate and design this. So we look for suggestions from you as consortium members and working group members to do just that. And we can't wait to have dots on the map to do this ecosystem work. And that's the end of presentation. Okay, any questions? They gave them all to you, Mike.